Welcome everybody once again to another episode of Citizens of the Stars, our weekly look at the amazing content being generated by you, the Star Citizen community. I'm your host for this week, Community Manager Jared Huckabee. Now, Star Citizen as a project is unique for a lot of reasons, but perhaps none are more closely to my heart than its community. That's because the work that you do each and every week to improve the overall Star Citizen experience is a testament to the creativity, the ingenuity, and the driving spirit that will make Star Citizen the best damn space sim ever. And quite frankly, that's why this show is all about you. So what do you say we get started with this week's Citizen Spotlight?
Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Citizen Spotlight, where we take a moment to highlight some of the content creators within our community. Now, joining us this week is none other than the talented Engineer. Engineer, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Tyler. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you for asking. Now, it's no secret at all that the stuff that you've been creating is absolutely incredible. Most recently, you 3D printed the Aegis Reclaimer. How did you get into doing stuff like this?
Well, I got into 3D printing through just doing some engineering work. And of course, I love Star Citizen and all their ships. So I thought it was time to try printing them.
Awesome. And what is the process like for pulling something like this off?
We'll start out pulling the models off the RSI website from the HoloViewer models. And then it takes quite a bit of cleanup to pull it apart into smaller pieces to print and fill up all the holes and things like that. So I think the Reclaimer took about a full week to print.
That's very cool. And this is not the first ship that you've 3D printed. What else have you done?
Correct. About a year before the Reclaimer, I did the Misk Starfarer.
That's awesome. The last question I have for you, what's next?
Well, I've started the mesh work for printing on the Carrack. So hopefully I'll have the Carrack printable maybe in another 2 or 3 weeks.
Sounds great, and I can't wait to see it. Well, Engineer, thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to come and hang out with us. And for all of you watching at home, we'll see you next week.
Welcome everyone to another edition of Quantum Questions, where we take a CIG developer, put them in the hot seat, and make them answer as many of your questions from Star Citizen subscribers as they can in under 2 minutes. Now this week's special guest is senior writer for Star Citizen, Squadron 42, and Cloud Imperium Games, Mr. Will Weisbaum. Will, how you doing?
You just gave away the answer to the first question.
Hey, you do your job and I'll do my job, okay? All right. So Will, you're here on the hot seat. How many questions are you going to get today?
I think I'm going to beat the current record, which I think is 11. I think I can easily get 12. I'm very knowledgeable.
All right, well, we took these questions not just from our fans, our subscribers in the Subscribers Den, but we also went to some of your fellow lore makers themselves and had them submit some questions. Yes. So let's see if you can beat it. So let's put 2 minutes on the clock. And begin. What is your name and what do you do?
I know this one. Will Weisbaum, and I am senior writer.
Okay. Articles on the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website are often referred to as what?
Lore posts,
Commonly.
but they're also part of the news updates underneath the Spectrum Dispatch category.
We were looking for comlinks. What day of the week are the lore posts added to the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website?
Every Tuesday.
Okay. What star system served as an operation point for the revolutionaries that overthrew the Messers?
That was the Bremen system. It was kind of its claim to fame. Everyone thought it was sleepy, but then they helped overthrow Messer. That's too much of an answer. I got to go faster.
Will the Galactic Guides ever be available in print?
Yeah, we've done 2 volumes of them already, Volume 1, Volume 2, that have collected the first 2 years of Jump Point magazines. They're great.
In the Star Citizen universe, there are 9 systems that begin with the letter C. Name 5 of them.
Oh, no. Croshaw is one.
Okay.
Oh, no. This goes all my time. That's a K, that's a K. Caliban is 2. Pass.
All right. Name a character from lore posts on the robertsspaceindustries.com website that will also appear in Squadron 42.
Cal Mason, who was featured in Cassandra's Tears. Great.
How would you describe the next concept ship we're about to sell?
Glass Cannon.
All right. Tell us something new about 3.0.
Let's see. Recently, we've been working on a character named Luca Brunt who runs the racing parlor in Grim Hex, and he's going to help you place bets as well as maybe have some racing missions for you to do.
Right? Do Banu like chairs? Oh, and we're out of time.
Adam, Sherry, I'm getting you for that C question. Oh, man.
So Will Weisbaum goes on the board with a total of 7 questions answered correctly. Remember that you can submit your own questions for consideration in future episodes by submitting them into the subscribers den into the appropriate thread. But coming up next, let's find out who this week's top 5 and MVP are.
Hey everyone, Tyler Whitkin, Community Manager in the Austin, Texas studio, and I am not here to bring you this week's top 5. No, I actually have a special announcement that I'm pretty excited about. Now, as many of you know, we have an incredible community, and in an effort to match that, the community team just got bigger. So join me in welcoming my good friend and one of the most dedicated Star Citizens that I know, your newest and 3rd Community Manager, Tyler Nolan.
Yes, that's right. There are 2 Tylers. I started here in Austin with the QA team, but I'm honored to join Tyler and Jared on the community team and getting to know all of you. But enough about me. This show is about you, the citizens. So let's jump into this week's top 5. Number 5. Congratulations to DJ Knight for achieving 500 consecutive days of streaming on Twitch. To celebrate, he hosted a 12-hour stream that ended with several rounds of Star Marine. Very impressive. Number 4. Van Valdenberg took a 3D model of the M50 Interceptor and placed it in a wind tunnel simulator to show how well the M50 will fly in atmospheric conditions. Great stuff, and we hope to see more tests in the future. Number 3. Inspired by custom macro boxes, Fatal Dan took a spare keyboard to engineer a creative way to perform emotes while recording his videos. Number 2 is the Chosen 211 for their high-resolution animated wallpaper of Port Olisar and Crusader that loops on your desktop. It's really beautiful, and I'm currently using it as my wallpaper here in the office. Number 1 and this week's MVP goes to Andrew Rawl for The Science of Star Citizen, a new YouTube series where they take gameplay mechanics and lore, then discuss the roots and science behind them. It's so interesting, and I cannot wait for the next episode. So congratulations again, Andrew Rawl. You're this week's MVP.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Citizens of the Stars. Remember, you can still find all your regular weekly developmental updates for Star Citizen on Around the Verse every Thursday. A special thanks to Will Weisbaum, Engineer, and to all the Star Citizens who take their time to share their creations with us every single day. For Citizens of the Stars, I'm Jared Huckabee, and we'll see you in the verse.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in the Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.